I spend way too much time online. While most people hang out on Instagram or TikTok, I always dive into the darker corners of the web forums, message boards, places where strange stories live. That's how I found it. At first glance, it looked like a normal site. Just a plain black background, white text, nothing fancy. But the posts were all the same. Titles like, "My timer hit 0 last night. This is my last post before the end. Who will replace me?" It didn't make sense until I noticed something. Every user profile had a countdown timer next to it, and most of them were almost at 0. I clicked on one of the threads. The username was EmptyEyes94. Their post was short, shaky, written like they were terrified. "It won't stop whispering my name. I see it in the glass. 12 hours left." I scrolled further. Another thread said, "When the timer reaches 0, it comes for you. You don't get to log out." That user's countdown had already expired. Their profile picture was gone, replaced with a gray silhouette and the word "deceased" stamped across it. The deeper I went, the worse it got. Some people wrote about shadows standing at the edge of their bed. Others said they woke up to find their reflection smiling back at them when they weren't. Every single post ended with that same message, a timer slowly ticking down. I laughed nervously, telling myself it was just a creepy internet game, an RG, something edgy kids made to scare each other. So stupidly I registered. The moment I hit confirm, the screen glitched. A message popped up in red. "Welcome. Your time 168 hours." And right below it, my username glowing at the top of the active users list. At first, I laughed it off. It was just a website, right? Nothing more. But within hours of registering, weird things started happening. My phone buzzed with a notification from an unknown number. The message only said, 168 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. Exactly the same as the timer on the site. That night, as I lay in bed, I swore I heard something faint. Not outside, not even in the hallway. It was inside my room, a whisper right against my ear. But when I turned on the light, I was alone. The next morning I logged back in. Some of the users I had read the night before were gone. Their profiles had been marked inactive, their timers at 0. But here's the thing. People were replying to them. New messages posted after their supposed death. Things like, "It doesn't hurt anymore," or "Join us." And then I saw it, a new private message in my inbox. It was short, cold. "Your time, 167 hours, 12 minutes, and 43 seconds. We're waiting." By the third day, my curiosity was eating me alive. The forum wasn't just creepy stories anymore. It felt alive. Users were vanishing by the hour. Whole threads went dark, their posts erased, leaving only the timers counting down to 0. That's when I saw it. A hidden tab at the bottom of the site, written in tiny, flickering letters. Hall of Mirrors. I hesitated, then clicked. The page that loaded made my stomach twist. At the top was my username, but underneath, in bold red letters, it said, "Location." My city, my street. I froze. The forum knew exactly where I lived. Below that was a live feed, not a video I'd uploaded, not a picture from my phone. It was an image of my bedroom. Right then, my desk, my chair, even the glass of water I'd set down beside my monitor. And in the reflection of the dark computer screen, barely visible behind me, was the shape of a person, a small, pale face smiling. I spun around, heart racing, but there was no one there, only the silence of my empty room. When I turned back, new words had appeared on the site. You can't leave until you share the link. Pass it on, or the timer runs out. By the 6th day, the timer on my profile was nearly gone. Just a few hours left. I hadn't slept in 2 nights, too afraid of what I might see when I closed my eyes. Every time I refreshed the forum, more users were disappearing. Their timers hit 0, their names grayed out, replaced with that single word, deceased. My inbox filled with messages I didn't want to read. Some were from strangers. Others were from usernames I'd seen already marked as dead. They all said the same thing. It's closer. At 2 a.m., my screen flickered. The Hall of Mirrors page opened by itself. This time, the live feed wasn't of my room from a distance. It was a close-up of my face. Only it wasn't me. The version of me on the screen was grinning, wide and unnatural, my eyes pitch black. And then my speakers crackled. A voice, faint but clear, whispered, 1 hour left. I turned slowly toward my mirror, and there it was, a silhouette standing behind me, tall, featureless, but with a grin carved too wide across its face. My timer was almost at 0. I shut the laptop and ripped the power cord from the wall, but the glow didn't stop. The screen flickered back on by itself, the numbers counting down in giant red letters. 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 59 seconds. 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 58 seconds. I grabbed my phone to call someone, anyone, but the screen was already filled with the forum, my profile page, my face, the same black eyes staring back at me, and then it went dark. The timer hit 0. For a moment, the room was silent, empty. Then my phone buzzed in my hand. A new message. It was from my own account. Welcome, your time, 168 hours. Only, it wasn't sent to me. It was sent to one of my friends. I stared at the glowing text, my stomach twisting as I realized I had already passed it on, and somewhere, in another room, on another screen, someone else had just joined the cursed forum.